Hello all and welcome to the latest Craftmania Sunday Showcase. Before we get started on today's showcase, I just wanted to say a massive thank you for all of your support on our post over the weekend regarding our trading standards visit. It really means a lot to all of us at Craftmania, and we've received some amazing and really lovely comments, so thank you from the bottom of our heart. That means so much you'd never realise. Okay, enough mush, let's talk about Christmas. I know it's a bit odd, but we're here again and we're going to talk about Christmas again. I know I keep doing this to you all, but Christmas isn't that far away. So today I've got two different special offers for you. I'm going to start off by showing you the first one. We're going to be looking at a complete set of dies. So if we just take a little walk across here, we'll see that we have a gorgeous snow globe die. I will talk a lot more about these as we go through the samples a little later, but the snow globe one is your first one. Then we have this really nice snowflake frame, and one of the nice bits about this is it doesn't cut the middle out, that stays solid, so we can stamp on it and die cut out of it and do different bits with it, but again you'll see that on the samples. Moving across, I feel this one looks a bit like a giant bauble, but it's just a really nice sort of filigree frame, perfect for Christmas, but of course could come in for other reasons too and other themes. Moving across to the next one, we have a really nice sort of music border with a bit of holly and a couple of robins on the top of it. And then moving on to our next one, we have an edgeable die. These are the ones that don't fully cut out of the card. The base hasn't got a blade to it. So if you want to do them as a pop-up piece on the top of your card, you can, or of course you can then cut them off with a knife or a trimmer afterwards. But again, I'll show you that on the samples. Then at the very end here, this is our very limited stock die. Now it does come included in the special offer of the complete set, but it is very limited in how many we have of these. So do be warned, when they're gone, they're gone. Because of this, it will not be available for sale separately at this time. All of the other dies you will be able to purchase separately, but this one is not going to be on that sale at the moment. It will only be available in the bundle. We are hoping to have more of them come in, but it is going to be a good 2 weeks before they're here. And to be quite honest, this collection has been more popular with our supplier than they imagined, and our pre-order wasn't quite met. So because of this, I have another offer to tempt you with as well, because I felt that you needed to be rewarded, so I've got you another little offer. So with this offer, we have some clear stamps. Now with these should be $4.99 a set, but you're going to be able to purchase them this week only for £2.49. So it's basically half price. These don't come included in the mega bundle that we'll talk about in a moment. They are a separate offer. They all come individually, so you can either pick the stocking, the baubles, or the poinsettia. We have very limited numbers on these, and I cannot get them again. There is no way on earth these will be repeated. So when these three are sold out, they are sold out. So if you do like these, please do get in the comments quite quickly. Off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure it's the bauble one we've got the least of. So just watch out for those. But they're all lovely, and again, I'll show you samples for those. Going back to the dies, if you do wish to know about your offer for the dies, you can of course buy them separately, as I said. If you bought them all individually, the total price would be £67.94. But this week and this week only, you can buy all of the dies you see for just £49.99. So it's about an £18 saving, isn't it? Just a couple of pennies off. So quite a nice chunk of change to save on them ones. So let's have a little look at some of the cards I've made, and I've got lots more products I'm going to share with you throughout today's video as well. So we'll start off over here with our very first card. Now this one's quite a nice one because it's showing you first of all that large die that I said looked like a bauble. I've even put a loop of ribbon on the top of mine to give that sort of hanging bauble effect. But all I've done with this is just cut out the pattern, which is this die. That's the actual die itself that will cut out this glorious frame. And then it also comes with a matching circle, so you don't have to worry about trying to find one that will coordinate with this. It's already in the packet, so you get a nice large circle that you can just use at the back here as a backing board. Or of course, if you wanted, you could mask it and cut them out together and create a really tiny frame as well. I haven't done that anywhere on these, but because they've got the two different size circles, you could do that. Because I wanted this to stand as a card, on the back of it I've cut another circle and I've just folded it in half and glued it onto the base of the card. So that's my second piece of card as such. So then that way it will actually stand up if you want it to as a card. On the front of this, I've used that really nice poinsettia stamp. Now, this is the only time you're going to see this used today, so get a good look at it. It is really lovely. I've heat embossed mine using the gold embossing powder, and then I've cut out many layers. I haven't coloured this. I've been using our new Centura Pearl card. I'll give you a flash of the colours of that a little later on in the video, but this is the cherry red at the top, and then this is actually one of our original Centura Pearls at the bottom. It's a greeny goldy colour, sort of a mixed shimmer one, but the red is new, and you can see how well that really goes with the poinsettia look, and see, it sort of keeps it a bit vintage, doesn't it? Because I wanted it a little bit more muted, a bit more traditional Christmas, this one. Haven't made many traditional Christmas cards for this video, but I am a bit of a traditional fan. On the top here, again, I've just taken a peel off. This is the peel off in question. If you've not seen it before, it's just full of happy Christmas banners. You've got them all joined together, or you've got just the words on there. I know these are a bit of a nightmare to pick up on film, but hopefully you're getting to see that clear enough. This is just a flat gold one, available in store for 79p, but we do lots of glitter ones as well, which are 99p, so they might be worth a little look next time you're in store. All I've done is popped it onto the same Centura Pearl, cut round it and popped it on. In the background here, the actual card that I've used, I've popped that through an embossing folder as well, so that's worth mentioning. This is just one of our A4 embossing folders, and it's just the lattice design. Our A4 folders are $9.99. We do several different designs in these, but I felt that one went best with the card in question. At the top, also worth mentioning, is our ribbon. Now, I don't know if you've seen this yet. If you haven't, we only launched it on Saturday evening on our Facebook page. But this is a complete bargain. This isn't an offer. This is a new line that we're going to be carrying, and we're hoping to keep it in stock for quite a while. But this is our new ribbon collection. Now, we've always done hundreds of different, or thousands of different types of ribbon, but we've always done them by the metre. We have now launched ribbon by the roll. So on here, you're going to get 25 metres of ribbon. Usually, if we sold this one individually as per metre, it would be 56p a metre. So this roll is worth £14 if you was to buy it separately. But you can buy this for only £2.50. As I say, 25 metres, £2.50. So that's only 10p a metre. So real good saving here. £14 worth of ribbon, £2.50. As you can see, there is a whole collection of colours. We've got pinks, blues, whites, purples, blacks, creams, wine, brown, gold, blue, green, pink, black, I think that one is, lilac and white. And then, of course, the red eye's just showing you. Again, you can always post in the comments for these if you wish to have them held. You can traipse back and have a look at our Facebook page where we've actually put them up, and then you can see them a little bit better and pick the colours you want there. Or, of course, you can pop on the website. They're all on there as well. But they're very, very quickly going, so please don't miss out with them. They're a really lovely quality ribbon. I don't suppose you're going to see that on camera, but I know some cheap ribbons can be quite harsh and quite starchy. This isn't. This is a really lovely, nice quality sheer ribbon, so well worth the money. I know a lot of our customers this week have been buying one of every colour to stock up with it, and I can see why, to be honest. I'm a bit greedy myself. I have gained quite a few of these colours to make these cards with, and I'm not going to return them. I think I'm going to keep them. Okay, moving on to card number 2. So this time I thought we'd go for a bit more of a modern Christmas effect. So we've gone for a white and black card this time. First thing worth noticing is this gorgeous panel at the top. That's the edgeable die, and it is actually just cut out of the back of the card. So because although I've got sort of a front opening card, I also wanted to have it based on a card. So I've cut that out of the top of there. So as you can see, you can use it out of that bit, or of course you could just cut it off if you don't want it actually out of the card and put it on separately. Now the card itself is that same die we was just talking about a moment ago, this really lovely circle. I've cut the black one is the outline die, the big circle with nothing on it, and I've just folded that round a piece of card. I've done the same with the top part, and I've cut this out of white. Glued it down flat, just folded them over so that when you open this, they're actually attached. Let's see if we can get in here, breaking an entry. Come on. So we can open that out, and you can see then that it all just folds behind the piece of card on the front of it. But it's quite a nice like invitation style, isn't it? So if you're having a party or a Christmas wedding maybe, then you could go for that. To be honest, although this is a Christmas die, we could quite easily stick flowers over the top of the snowflakey style bits, and it would just look like a really nice filigree die anyway. On the front here, this is worth mentioning. You're going to see this quite a lot in today's video. It's my favourite poinsettia. It's not on any offer, I'm afraid. But if you watch my videos or you've been watching them for a while, you'll know I'm often going on about this. This is one of my very favourite dies. And any time I'm doing Christmas cards, I bring this one straight out. It's a Teflon coated one. It has etched pieces into it so that when it actually cuts, I don't know if you're going to pick this up, but it actually embosses into the card these little grooves and veins really nicely. And it's just one of my favourites. Really easy to use, really lovely to work with. It is expensive, I'm not going to lie. It's one of our luxury collection. It's $23.49. Of course, these all break off individually, so you don't have to cut all 3 at a time each time if you don't want to. And that's what I've done here to create my 3 little poinsettias on the front. This is just using the small size, but you'll see them dotted out throughout all of my cards today. I've used an awful lot of these, stacked them in different ways. In the middle is the first glimpse at the die that's limited stock. So that's a good way for you to see it. It shows up really nice with the black on white, doesn't it? Really, really beautiful. I haven't glittered this one. You'll see it glittered throughout some of the prototypes I've done today, just to give you an idea. And then at the bottom I've just added a little Happy Christmas. But of course you could pop anything in there, couldn't you? It doesn't have to be that. You could even pop a present in there if you wanted to. Or if you're going to give money, you could attach that to the inside or put a pocket in there maybe. So many options with a card like that. Okay, moving on to our next one. Oh, and of course, the ribbon on the last one I show you is again the value ribbon. That's the white version of it. But you'll see that again on this card. Same white one. All of the ribbons today are from them value reels. So, same die as we was just talking about a moment ago, but this time I've cut it in white and just layered the small and the medium and then put some iridescent glitter on it using a quickie glue pen. Working backwards, we have this gorgeous snow globe die. I am going to just go out on a limb here. I think it's one of my favourite dies all time. I've of course used this today for Christmas, but a snow globe could be used for anything, to be honest. There's so many different pictures and items you could be popping in the middle of these that you could theme them to pretty much anything. I always think they're quite nice for kids' cards as well. But there is so many options you could do with snow globes. And one of the nice bits of this one that's worth mentioning is that the actual die itself cuts out around the edge of it, so the middle is left solid, and then they give you a separate circle. So if you do wish to cut the middle out, you can, which is quite handy for the technique I've done here on this card. But if you don't want that and you just actually want the outline of it and you want to stamp on top of it maybe, or do something along them lines, of course you could do that too. But we'll talk about more techniques of that die in a little while. But on this card, what I've done is I've turned it into a shaker card. So in here, I've got lots of beads and sequins, which I'll show you where they come from in a minute. But I wanted to explain to you how I've done it. I have a big problem with shaker cards. I always love doing shaker cards, but I think this is probably the first one I've ever made that doesn't leak. I can never quite get them sealed off without everything falling out everywhere. I know it's a flaw that probably only I come up with, but if you are like me and you find that a problem, I've got a bit of a cheat for you. We did this on a video a few weeks ago when we were looking at the creator card dies, but I wanted to show you that this die would work really well for this as well. I've actually cut my die out of funky foam. So I've got in here, I don't know how well you're going to see it, but I've got 2 layers of funky foam because I wanted this to be quite a deep shaker to make way for the sequins and the beads. So I've cut 2 layers of funky foam and I've just nested my die so that the middle is in it. So I'm cutting the funky foam out and I've just got that shape left. So I've stacked them 2 high, then I've removed the circle, cut another one out of acetate, for the top layer. Then I've put my frame back in it and I've cut another one out of card for the top layer. So if we work down here, we have card, which has got the hole in the middle. Then we have the acetate, which is solid, so that we can put things behind it and they won't all fall out. Then we have 2 layers of funky foam, and then we have the actual card itself. Or if you wish to, you could cut another one out about the centre and base it all on top of that if you wanted a freestanding one. But they're really lovely to work with, these snow globes, and so much you could do with them. So many different techniques, but that's how I've done mine. In the back here, this is the first view you're getting to see of our music border. This is the $7.99 music panel. And hopefully you can see these really lovely little cute robins on the top and the holly detail. It's much easier to see it when they're cut, isn't it, than actually look at the packet. But I really like that one. Lovely idea. So I've just popped that in the back anyway of my snow globe. And then I'm going to move on and show you the actual gems and bits I've put in here. We launched these on Facebook earlier on in the week. And to be honest, I was amazed. Not one of you went for them. And I think it's possibly my bad photograph because these are an absolute bargain and I don't want you to miss out, which is why I've tried to include them in today's video as well. In here you're going to see the sequins and the little clear beads. I've also put the sequins in the middles of my flowers, but these are where they actually come from. There's two different colour types that you can choose from. There's the one I've gone for, which is like the clears and the creams and the gold colours. There's also this one, which has again got whites and reds and blacks in it. So two different options. These normally sell for $5.99, but we have them on a clearance offer at the moment. They're only $1.99. So in here, you have a little plastic container. When you open them up, you've got all these little tiny screw-top jars filled full of little goodies. Now, normally, we would actually sell the contents of that pot alone for £1. So, and the same with all of them, not just that one, all of these, they would normally sell for £1 a packet. So in that theory, you're getting £12 worth of products, then you're getting the storage pots, then you're getting the container to keep it all in. The company normally sell these for $5.99, but we've got them for only $1.99. So these are an absolute bargain, but when they're gone, they're gone. So if you do want these, again, you can always post in the comments for them. You can buy them on the website as well. But they are limited stocks, and when they're gone, they're gone. You'll see these again a little later when I show you them on another card as well. But let's go back to the card in question. So we've explained how we've made the snow globe. We've shown you the flowers. We've spoke about the contents of that. One of the last things I don't want you to miss is our backing panel here. Now this is probably going to be a bit more difficult for you to pick up on camera, and if you're looking in the mirror bit you might be getting to see a little glimpse of Pete who's filming my video. But what I'm trying to show you is this really lovely swirly sort of star corner here. Now this is a brand new stamp. Now these only come in yesterday and we did put them on Facebook Saturday night, so you might have seen them, but this is the actual stamp set in question. It's $4.99. Again, the offers I'm bringing you in today's video are just ridiculous. These stamps are incredibly cheap. These are quite large format stamps. You're getting two in there. As I say, $4.99 for both of them. You'll get to see the Merry Christmas one on one of the next cards I'm going to show you. So don't worry if you haven't seen that yet. But this is the one I've used. And I've actually heat embossed it on my card using the iridescent sparkle embossing powder. And then I've gone over it with one of our new gel pens. We have some new gel pens in stock. They're only 89p, come in gold and silver. So I've just coloured in my stars in silver just to highlight them. More so you can see them on the video, to be honest. But it does match in with the mirror board and the gems and that. So they are quite nice to use. Really, really nice quality gel pens. And really, really lovely stamps as well. The stamps, if you didn't see them, I'll give you a quick flick just because I like to tease you. That's obviously our Christmas one that we were just talking about. There's also a car and train set. Now these are perfect for men's cards, aren't they? And only $4.99. Normally you'd pay an absolute fortune for a stamp like that alone. So $4.99 for two stamps that size is ridiculous. Then we have some really nice big swirls and flourishes, which again only $4.99. Then you've got some gorgeous frames and corners. I must admit I've got a bit of a thing for corner stamps at the moment. There's also another one hid under the price tag over there. So you get 3 different corners, especially if any of you got that stamp press that we did a few weeks ago. These would be really good with them. So you could do a lot of creating with them. Then we have a really nice Christmas one. I'll show you it that way so you can see the robin stamp. And then we have these lovely postcard with the poinsettia on. Again, only $4.99. And then lastly, we have a steampunk one. And again, on this one, we've got borders and corners and text and all sorts, all for only $4.99. So again, you can buy them on our website, you can go back to Facebook and get them on there, or you can post in the comments of the video and you can have them held on there as well. Moving on to our next card. So this time I've gone for a really, really clean, simple, crisp card. I've used that lovely frame that we've got. Now this is good because if you got our previous Christmas Sunday Showcase offer a few weeks ago, and you've got the winter frames, the really nice one with the skis, and it's got a little log cabin on it, and ice skate boots hanging in the top corner. If you were doing an easel card, this would be a really nice base to that to stand on front of, because it's going to coordinate. They're roughly the same size, and the design goes really well with that. So again, if you have bought our previous Sunday Showcases, you might want to look at using them in conjunction. So all I've done is cut that one out of white pearl card. Then I've taken the bauble stamps, which is the one that's got really limited stocks. Don't forget, these are half price, they're only £2.49. I've just stamped it on directly and heat embossed it in silver, just because I wanted to match in with my mirror board. Then on the front, we've got that really nice music border again that's available for £7.99. And then also worth mentioning on this one is another new product that we uploaded Saturday night to our Facebook page. But if you haven't seen them, we'll give you a little sneaky peek at those. These are these really nice multifaceted rhinestones that actually, to me, look a bit like sweets, and I sort of want to eat them, but I'm sure they'd do me no good whatsoever, so we won't recommend that. This is one of your sheets of them. As you can see, you're getting an awful lot on here for your money, and they're only £1.29 a sheet. Not only do they come in circles, but we also have them in hearts. This is the small hearts, and then we also have a large hearts as well, and they're all only £1.29. But I don't know if you're going to get to see it on camera, to be completely honest with you. But they really pick up so nicely the light, and they sort of just shimmer and multifaceted. They're really lovely. And again, you'll see them on a couple of different cards that I've used. Actually, there was on the last card I showed you, but I forgot to mention them. But on here, you do get to see them really well around that frame. So that's that card. Then moving on to our next one. So this time we've gone for a bit more of traditional Christmas again. We have the wine ribbon, which is again our £2.50 a roll one. We've got that same poinsettia die that I showed you, but this time done in gold pearl. And then I've got my gorgeous snow globe die again. So the top one is done in mirror board, and I've cut the middle out of that to create a frame. And then I've cut a solid one underneath it without the middle in it, just so that it's solid and I could then stamp on it. And this time I've used that stocking stamp, which again is only £2.50, but really lovely look. All of these stamps, or these three I'm showing you, the offer ones, have got that sort of Zeendoodle style to them, haven't they? So lots of work's gone into them, and it gives you a lovely effect without you having to do too much. Now I've just painted mine with distress inks. I've used aged mahogany, pine needles and chipped sapphire, and then I've gone back and added a little bit of glitter in here and there. In the background we have that same embossing folder I showed you earlier, our £9.99 A4 embossing folder, but that was a really quick card to make, to be honest, so I also thought it would decorate the inside. So with this one again, I've kept it really plain and simple, just a couple of layers, but I wanted to show you this because that's that text stamp that comes in your £4.99 set. So it's just a little glimpse of that. I smudged mine, so I'm going to cover up my smudge and hope you don't notice that bit. But it's that was my fault for working with it too quickly after I'd done it. I'm a very impatient crafter, so hence the smudge. But the stamps are lovely to work with. Again, this is just stamped in the same aged mahogany to match the colouring on the outside of it, or the painting on the outside of it. So that's that card done and completed. And now you've seen both of them. I take it they're going to be on your shopping list because they are really lovely. And we'll move over to this side of our cards, and we're going to go to another snow globe card because I wanted to show you this as well. This is a different way you can use your snow globe. I said I'd got another technique for you. Probably something you've thought of yourself or you've seen elsewhere, but if you haven't, I really wanted to share this with you because I think it's a really good way to make card blanks yourself. So this is the snow globe die. I've cut it by actually taking the middle out of it, just using the snow globe die, and then I've taken an ordinary card, so I've just folded an A4 in half here, but I wanted you to see what I was doing. Take the actual die and lay it on top of the piece of card, just so the actual edge blade, not just the edge of the die, but the edge blade slightly comes over the top of it, and then send it through your machine. And when you do that, you'll cut through both layers of card, and you will end up with an actual card ready for you to decorate or design or do with what you wish. So I did that to begin with, and my ribbon's hiding the join here, but that then gives you that open out piece like I've got. So once I've done that, I then laid on the circle, because I only wanted to cut this through one level, laid on the circle and sent it back through the machine just to cut the window out of the front one. Of course I could have kept it shut and gone through both of them if I wanted to, but I only wanted it on one just so I could then hang my little piece in the middle and give you that window effect. So around the edge of my snow globe, I've just decorated it with a quickie glue pen and some silver glitter. Then on the inside we have that limited die that I've done just in blue card and then glittered it quite a bit using silver glitter again and just a quickie glue pen. Worth mentioning as well is if you don't want them to be tent fold, if you're going to do that technique with leaving a little bit off the edge, you can also do it as an ordinary card. So with this one, again, I've done the same idea, except when you put the die on, you just put it on so that it's over the side slightly of the opening of the card that way, if that makes sense, so that when it cuts, you've still got the card together and you can open it up as an ordinary card. Of course, you can do that with lots of dies, but I did think that was quite a nice way to use this snow globe and a really nice way to make quick cards. If you're going to be doing lots of them for people that we don't necessarily want to spend too much effort on, shall we say, these are quite nice little gift tag style cards, really, aren't they? Not too much effort's gone into them. Okay, moving on to our next card. So this one's a really lovely way for you to see that gorgeous snowflake frame. And as I said earlier, and you would have seen it on the one earlier, this is actually all filled in, so if you want to stamp on it, or like here I've just used it as a base plate, you can do. The blues for this, the two different shades of blue card, they're our new colours of Centura Pearl, and if you haven't seen them, we did post them online the other day, but there's a whole selection of those over here. We've got reds and yellows and browns and blues. There's a whole new selection. Again, just pop back onto our Facebook page and you can see all of those pictured. And again, you can have any of them held that you wish to. But a little warning, they've been going incredibly quickly. So don't hold back if you want them getting there fast. If you do decide that you'd like it bigger, it also comes in 12 by 12. So if you're one of our scrapbookers, new Centura card in 12 by 12 is always an essential. So back to the card itself. So around the edge here we've got that same poinsettia die. This time I've gone in and I've traced all of the lines that the actual die does with a quickie glue pen and put some silver glitter over them. Which again is one of the nice bits with that die, is you don't have to guess where them lines are, they're already there. So if you do want to highlight them with glitter, it's ever so simple to do. Around the actual die cut itself, I've used them really lovely little multifaceted gems again, them rhinestones. And then in the middle we have the limited die once again. It's also worth noting, if you do end up with the complete set from this, if you want a backing to go under that limited stock die, this is the middle of the snow globe and that fits really well behind it. So that's how I've got this just slightly larger shadow die underneath it is the middle of the snow globe. It works quite well, doesn't it? And this one, of course, is just an easel card. Also worth mentioning is the top panel. This is that gorgeous edgeable die again. That one's only $7.99. This time I haven't cut it actually out of the card. I've just done it and then stuck it on the back. I've left it exposed so you can see it. But if you were actually sending this card, then of course you could put a big piece of card over the back of it or leave it on a larger piece of card so that it all looks a little bit neater. But I did want you to see that it's just a stuck-on piece at the top there. But isn't that lovely? Really love how delicate that is. And I know a lot of you are possibly used to other brands of edgeable dies, which when they're as delicate as that are a nightmare to get out. These aren't. They really are really, really easy to use. They will just pop straight out and no damage. So do take the gamble on these. You're going to really appreciate the fact you did. Moving on, we have another card. This time we're going back to that really nice circle, our $15.99 circles, and this time I've cut them out of, just used the large one, sorry, the outside one, and I've cut it out of cream card. I've also done the same trick again to make the base for this one, so I've just folded my card and left it off slightly to create that already joined together piece to save putting in a third or fourth circle. I know there are other ways you can do these easels one circles, but if you just leave that join part there, then it's all together. I've then cut it out of funky foam in purple. I have a bit of a funky foam thing at the moment, and I like the fact that when you cut it out of foam, because it squishes it down so much, it's actually, and when it then comes out the other side, it's slightly larger, only fractionally, but it's as if you've given it a bit of a border where you haven't. You've used the same die, but just because it's compressed it, it sort of squidges it out. You might see it on the base a little bit better here, but it makes it slightly bigger. So it looks like you've done a lot more effort than you have. So I've done one of them in between a base panel and then the actual card. And then I've done one of them on the top here, on the side of the easel. And then I've put another fill cream one on the top. I hope you followed that. But as you can see, lots of layers. But it gives you that nice sort of thick effect. On the front, I've used obviously that gorgeous delicate circle die, and I've just cut that out of silver Centura Pearl, and then I've glittered it with some lilac glitters. I know lots of you got the glitters from last week's Sunday showcase, so if that's one of the colours you've got, really works well on top of silver, and of course it goes well on top of lilac as well, because it's in the middles of my flowers too, along with them gorgeous little gems that we keep going on about. Then in the middle here, again, I've cut that back in from the middle of the snow globe out of Funky Foam to keep in with my colours, and then I've used that limited stock die and just cut that out of cream card and glittered it again to match. Even my stopper is done out of Funky Foam. I don't like the fact with stoppers that when you foam pad them on, you see the gaps in between the pads. So if you do them out of Funky Foam, it gives you a nice solid effect from the front and you don't see any gaps. So I'm a little bit addicted to doing them at the moment. Okay, last card for you. So hopefully I haven't bored you too much with all my different bits I've been showing you today. But this is one of my last ones, I promise. So this time I've done another one of my shaker cards. This time I've got different beads in here. They come out of that same set, but I've just gone for cream beads. And this time, to actually make my shaker card as such, done the same formula as earlier, except I've got a solid back to it, which is a snow globe. Then I've got 2 layers of black Funky Foam this time, then the sheet of acetate one, and then over the top a craft card one, which I've then distressed around the edges using chipped sapphire, which is a really nice dark blue if you're not too familiar with the distress inks. Out the top of the side of this, I've got part of my musical border, and then coming out from this side of it, I've got another part. And I've just distressed these. They're cut out of craft card, and I've just stressed them with aged mahogany, chipped sapphire, and pine needles. And I've actually used the end of my blending eggs to sort of try and colour each individual components to match. The poinsettias are the same die again, cut in craft card, glittered with gold glitter, just aged mahogany against the edges. The stopper for this one, I've used the actual edgeable die, and again just cut that out of the same craft card and just distressed the edges with chipped sapphire. I've also distressed around the edges of my card using aged mahogany and chipped sapphire as well. And then that sort of completes that one. Oh, we can't miss the bit in the middle, nearly forgot it. That's our lovely bauble stamps again. So that's them actually painted this time, and I've just painted them with the same inks to hopefully match in the colours. But quite a nice way to do those as well. And then just added a little bit of glitter on top of them. Okay, so let's just scan over. I think the only thing I've missed mentioning to you today, which I wanted to share with you, is our punch. Now, on one of these lovely cards, here we go, this was where I was meant to tell you about it. I quite like, with a snow globe, if you can put a little panel on the front of it to put your message to it. And I searched through my die collection, but hadn't got anything that quite fitted the job. So instead, I've come up with this punch. Now, if you haven't seen these before, they punch out all of these different components. They're only $7.99, but a lot of the actual pieces it punches are the right size that you can add little sentiments to them. So my one's just a peel off on that card, but it's a nice, easy, quick way to punch them out. We had a different design a couple of years ago, but this is the latest design. We've got a few of these in stock now. They're only $7.99, so another one that's well worth adding to your stash. And they look quite nice if you layer them as well, especially if you put the bar underneath this one. You can build up quite nice topper elements with them. So that concludes today's Sunday showcase. We'll just run you through the offers one last time and the prices for the dies individually. So if, for instance, you wanted the snow globe die, you can purchase that one separately for $11.99. If you like the snowflake frame, you can purchase that one for $15.99. If you like the delicate circle with the matching large layer, that one is $15.99. Then your musical border is $7.99. The snowflake edgeable die is $7.99. And then the limited die, this gorgeous village scene in our circle, that's $7.99, but please don't forget, you can't as yet purchase that one separately. It won't be until it comes in our next delivery, which is about 2 weeks away, that you'll be able to order it on its own. If you do wish to have one reserved for you as a separate, then do let us know, because of course we can let you know when it comes in stock and you'll be the first one to get them. But as I say, at the moment it is only available in the complete set. Talking of the complete set, just to run through it once again, that is $67.94 if you was to buy them all separately, but for this week only you can buy them for $49.99. Talking of your other offer, you have your stamps, you've got your poinsettia, your baubles and your stocking. Those are $4.99, but they're reduced to only £2.49. Both sets of the offers end at 5 p.m. on Saturday the 27th of May. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it will give you a couple of ideas. Any of the products you've seen, you can buy them on the website or you can get them in store. Thank you so much. Bye for now.